Namaste सबैजनालाई. Again, welcome back to my channel. I know I have not uploaded any videos in a long time, but today I'll be interviewing one of my friends who is doing a PhD in Australia. So I want to do PhD. That's what I hope, but I don't know how difficult it will be and all. So I wanted to get some information from him in terms of what you need to do and all that. So I thought I will just make a video out of it, and then other people can also look at it and get some information. So without any delay, I'll travel to his university because he's in his university at the moment, and we'll interview him. Yeah, let's go. Okay guys, I'm here at the university with Arun. You can see him. So as I said earlier, we'll talk to him about his PhD experience in Australia, how he applied, how is it going on, and all that kind of his experience overall with the PhD. So I don't want to make this video too long, so we'll try to make this video as short as possible. So Arun, welcome to the my vlog or interview, whatever you'd like to call it, but thank you for accepting it. And so could you please introduce yourself very shortly.
First, I would like to thank you, Pradeep, for giving me this opportunity.
We are here outside, so you can see flies.
Yeah, just like coming in my face. So thank you. So my name is Arun Karka. I'm from Nepal, and I came to Australia in 2016 July to do a master's in Biotechnology and Bioinformatics course provided in Trobe University. And I finished my master's in 2018 July, and as soon as I finished my master's, I immediately got the scholarship for PhD, and at the moment, like, I finished almost 13-14 months in my PhD. So yeah, that's me. I'm just doing research in neurodegenerative disease. It's a molecular science institute, so yeah, I'm just doing molecular level research here in La Trobe University.
Thank you. Fancy molecular science and all that. Science always scared me. But yeah, very interesting. I didn't know that you did a master's here, so maybe it would be worth for maybe explaining a bit of like your experience doing the master's degree here in Australia.
Okay, so I think I kind of had a lot of fun doing my master's, I guess. I can't be too cruel, like complaining. I think it was a good opportunity I had in this course, because I did my, so like it always goes back. So I did my bachelor's BTech in Biotechnology from Kathmandu University in Nepal. So this course is, because like it's a very technical course, and we don't have much opportunity in Nepal, and the real opportunity for this course is usually to follow, like to move on into the research field. So that's why I was grateful for that master's course offered in La Trobe, because it has a scheme like, first of all, like La Trobe itself is a good university, and there's really good research going on in this university in terms of science, so the course that I did in my master's had a opportunity, like if you get a good ranking in your batch, you could carry on your PhD. You could, like, the course itself allows you to do individual research combined, like in different labs in the La Trobe University. So like it's divided into like a 2 years thing. Like 1 year is a complete coursework, and another year is a research. So it's not masters by research, but it's kind of like that. You know, like you get 1 whole year to do your own project and do a thesis on that. And if you get a good marks, you get a priority to choose a better lab. And yeah, I was lucky enough to get a good marks. Like I was top in my rank, and I got to choose which lab I wanted to join, and from that, yeah, I guess like it's the good lab that got me good thesis as well. which led me to PhD. So I think my whole master's experience was really good. I was lucky enough to not be involved in a very hard the job that I did during my master's, like the outside work to earn the living, it wasn't that hard as well.
Okay.
Like I joined the club. I had a link, like my brother got some friends in the club and they got me into a bossy work, like
Okay,
which is
yeah.
it's a all-rounder kind of work. Like you have to work in the bar, help the bar run basically, and I worked for like 3 nights. Usually, like if it's 3 nights, usually you're like 4 of the days are just gone.
Yeah.
But the work itself wasn't that tough, and yeah, I was able to carry out my studies as well. It was overall, like, it was good. Overall, it was good. Like the work was fine, and the study went well. So I think I loved it.
Yeah, cool. Like I think I get 2 things from that one. Like one is like you're super talented because you were like the
not at
topper,
all.
so that you got the PhD.
I think I was lucky. Yeah.
But yeah, also like it's interesting to know like some courses abroad, not just in Australia but in other part of the world as well. Like when you do good in a master's, you get this chance to do the PhD. So that makes it easy, isn't it? Like my thought was like, which still is like, most of the time you write proposals and like apply for PhDs. You get to like get connected with professors and see if they like it or not. But what was in your case like, because you were the top of your let's say the batch or the class, and is it something like they just said, Arun, here is the PhD, you do it, or is it like you will get a chance to do a PhD but you need to develop a better proposal, or was there any requirement to do that?
Yeah, of course there was like certain criteria that I had to meet to like get enrolled in the degree. So basically like there's a team like graduate research school, like there's a committee as well, like the committee in the department as well. So there's a graduate research school like which handles all the PhD schemes in the Trobe, but then even there, like there's a subcommittee based on the molecular science department itself. So there's like a coordinator which I had to go there and talk to him, and because these guys had all the records of the ranking, and so that's how like I knew like I was able to get the scholarship. Yeah, I just had to like submit my thesis to the graduate research school and write the proposal, what kind of project I wanted to work on, get the recommendations from like 2 or 3 the lecturers and supervisors. And yeah, I think basically like it's kind of straightforward as well. Like once you get that ranking, once the department knows I'm eligible, the process, all the processes are very straightforward. Like you just have to fill the proposal and just like
So when I'm talking to you, I'm thinking from a Nepalese perspective, in the sense that if someone is in Nepal and they would like to apply directly for PhD, like you did your master's here and you were top and all that. But in that sense, like, was the proposal that you wrote was what you wanted to do, or in some of the universities that I think they have like a pool of topics, and someone can choose one topic and then develop the proposal and all that. So what was it like in your case?
Like as I said, like I'm sure like applying straight away from Nepal like to do a PhD in Australia, I think it's definitely a very tough work, like a very tough thing to get. But in my case, so the proposal wasn't a big deal, you know, like just because like it's a different scheme that I got into. It's just like based on ranks. So like no one was like the proposal was just there to fulfill the, you know, like all those paperwork. But like it didn't need to be like, you know, like anything that's attracting like lab heads or like supervisors or labs, like, or the university itself to get the student. So I would say that wasn't a big criteria, but I wrote proposal based on my master's work in the same field and in the same lab. So
So it
the
was
lab was
like
happy
what
to
you
take me, and yeah, what I did in my master's and like the continuation
Yes,
of the
yes, that's what
work that I
said,
did
yeah.
in my master's. That's what I wrote in my proposal. But I think like thing you want to know, like applying straight away from Nepal to like other countries. Yeah, I think it depends. Like it's a similar process. It's a similar process, but because I'm directly exposed to them, they know me. I'm studied in their lab. I'm studying in the university.
It's kind of like your master's degree was the base.
They have like track of me. They don't need to like have like a lot of other things from me. But like if you straight away from like your country and want to apply different country,
it will be much
then
difficult. And
you just have to like figure out which lab you want to go, which kind of field you're interested into, like which kind of universities you can get into. And yeah, it's usually US. Like where people go is US. Like Australia is like hardly they can come here for a PhD. But said that there are like people who has actually like got the scholarship, PhD scholarship from Nepal as well, like straight away PhD scholarship. I think it depends on luck and sometimes.
So I think
you just have to search for it, I guess.
Yeah, in your case, I think it was easier in the sense that it was like the continuation, like just a one step further like than a master's degree. So it was like straightforward for you. But please share with us like your experience when you came to Australia to do your masters in biotechnology, because I know like I have got friends who did like biotech for the bachelor's and masters even. So maybe like it would be interesting for them to know like how you applied for your masters in biotech.
Yeah, I think so I kind of like had a gap, 3 years gap after I did my bachelor's. I had like complete 3 years of gap, but it's not complete. Like I did 1 year in between. I did 1 year of tissue culturing work. It's a field, like it's a biotech. It's in the biotech field. I was just like mass producing the plants in the lab, inside the lab. So I had a job for a year, but I don't think that company did well. So we were just like helping to start up the company, and then every one of us left for like pursuing like the graduate degrees. And so I had like a big gap. So and I kind of like having a good time like traveling, and I wasn't studying GRE, you know, like so if you want to go to US, like you have to do a GRE to get a scholarship, and I didn't do that. So and like coming here was like I was kind of always interested coming to Australia because my brothers were here, and kind of like decided thing for me. Like I was it was already in my head, like
system,
already
social
like,
network, and
like it was easy for me to come here. So yeah, I just like applied, did a IELTS, applied, got married before I came here. Because I knew like
Australia and wedding.
I think like because like the course itself is quite expensive, and like I'm from an average like middle class family, so you know like asking all like that huge amount of money from my parents wouldn't be that ideal. So I had a girlfriend, so I
it
just
makes
like,
sense,
like
isn't it?
it was just like I just got married, and like she helped me paying all the rest of the like the tuition fees as well during my masters. So
it wasn't a scholarship for masters, yeah?
So it wasn't a scholarship for masters. So it was just like basically like let's go to Australia and do something rather than just like spending like having a lot of gaps. Right?
Do you think it was an easy process to apply for masters?
Yeah, it was back then when I applied. I think it was a easy thing.
Okay. So it was just a normal
I
process.
think the Trobe itself, like in this course, it's a easily accessible course. Like you can just like even I've seen like from different fields, they apply to this course just to get a visa. You know, like it's an easy visa course. Like like it's got money involved. Like you have to pay big money, but
how much is the fee that you paid for masters?
Like it wasn't that much that time. Like it was 16,000 per semester. Per semester.
I pay the same for my course now.
Something. And then when I was like it just got raised after a year into 17,000. I think, and now I don't know what's it's like now. I think
they always raise this 10% or something.
18,000 per semester. yeah, so I just wanted to come here and do the masters. I was looking for other courses which could potentially give me like work in the
Yeah.
future. So I was looking for like food industry related work,
Mhm.
like food biotechnologies, and it was in Melbourne Uni, and it was more expensive. So I was just
Melbourne
like,
Uni, yeah.
I was just like, okay, maybe I'll just like. I think it was in RMIT, and the course itself was a bit more expensive than this one. So I came into this one just because of that thing. And the good thing I figured out with this course was like it has like the scheme, like it leads to PhD. You know.
So
like
you didn't
each
know that
course-
when you applied for
No,
your
no,
masters?
I knew.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
it was telling you in the like the brochure or
Okay,
something
yeah.
like if you you know this course leads to PhD if you like reach
Yeah.
a certain standard. Yeah, and my master's experience was quite good. I mean, like I didn't have to study that much to be honest.
You don't have to study.
To be honest, because I did my bachelor's of biotechnology,
Yeah.
like we take a 4 years course in Nepal, and that was almost enough for like to doing all the like for all the exams and assignments. That was that my bachelor degree was almost enough. I think the course itself is very light,
Mm-hmm.
but good thing is like they have like good and sound like practical,
yeah.
the practical aspects of the field. Like the practicals were good, and I learned more things in the practicals,
Yeah.
but the theory, I think like I didn't have to study at all. Like theory was almost the same. I think that's how I got good marks even without like with very less study.
But I guess your rigorous, hardcore theoretical study back in Nepal might have helped.
I
a
think
bit,
I think
doesn't
it looks like I didn't know like, but it looks like
Now you
I
realize.
kind of had like good base,
it?
so that
Yeah.
I was like good, better than other students. I guess it's just the base.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have to like study that. Like I was working, I was just wasting like 3 to 4 days like working outside. Yeah, still like I was able to get good marks. So I think the base was important. Like yeah.
So just a last question, very short answer I would expect, is are you enjoying your PhD course and life in Australia?
Oh, that's a very tough question. So I'm at the moment like I'm quite enjoying my life in Australia. I think with the little help of my friends as well. Like even with Pradeep, we play soccer regularly. We've got a Nepali team. And some few internationals playing with us as well. Like we've got a community, and we enjoy our time playing soccer in Australia. Other than that, yeah, I think I should say like I'm having a good time. Like my PhD is going fine,
Yeah.
and like so. Like getting a PhD was a good, like a very good thing for me. Like it's a very
an
happy
achievement,
moment.
isn't it? Yeah.
It's a big achievement, but I didn't know like PhD could be this tough. Like actually,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
PhD, I mean like when you do like 1 year of research, like you just feel like, oh wow, this science is very cool. Like okay, I want to do science. Wow, like I just want to continue the research. I want to discover something. You have like a passion for it, and you're very hopeful. And then once you join PhD, and like for first part, yeah, you have to develop your project, and then design your project, and then you think like, yeah, everything is going fine, but like as the time goes by, and as the more you get into like seminars and conferences, and the more you hear the talks, and the more you know
Yeah.
about the field and the science itself,
The deeper
and
you
find,
go.
the deeper you go, like you're gonna find a lot of complicated stuff
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
science,
of
like a lot of dodgy stuffs, a lot of complicated stuffs. Like the real science is very less compared to like the dodgy
Yeah.
science, and it's very difficult. Like everything is complicated. It's too difficult. Like I'm finding it so
I can imagine
difficult
that,
because
yeah.
maybe
It's too easy.
maybe it's the field. It's a molecular science. Maybe.
But I guess like all of the PhDs are like that. If it would have been a lot
Yeah.
easier, then I guess we'd have PhD doctors
Yeah, true,
more
true.
than like the
No,
MBBS
yeah.
doctors.
Yeah, true. It's true, but it but you have like all those aspirations, like
Yeah.
oh, okay, but when I do a PhD, I'm like you hope to do some cool stuff and some new like discoveries, but it's hardly like there's very limited technology in molecular science where you can like depends on the field, but also like the biology, like the cell biology, the biology itself of the like the animals, the human, the biology itself, it's very complex, like it's very complicated. We know very little on our biology, and it's very complicated. Like you do one thing and in
it's
the same
most
thing, like
complicated machine
like
in the
there's
world.
thousands of other research going on in the same field. So it's a bit complicated at the moment. Like I'm loving it. It's complex, challenging. Let's see where it takes me. It's a bit challenging.
It's good. It's good that you're enjoying what you're doing. But thank you, Arun, once again for talking to my viewers and myself as well. And yeah, we know each other from football. We play football. I guess you have seen the football video. But even if it's different to what I'm doing, but I thought I would just share the information, the experience what Arun has been going through. But I'll try to get someone who has applied for a PhD directly from Australia as well. So keep watching, subscribe the channel. But also it's good to know that there are master's degree that leads to PhD. So I think that's what I've learned from Arun today, and obviously I'll get more information from him. Comment if you have any questions, and I'll have either Arun reply that, or I'll talk to Arun, and based on his experience I'll reply to the comments. And also thank you to all the viewers who have commented and questions in my previous video, studying masters in Australia. I appreciate it, and that's what makes me do these kind of videos more. Bye bye guys, have fun, see you, and keep watching.